Welcome to RankLens. Today, we count down the top 10 countries by all-time Olympic gold medals. We're obsessed with gold at the Olympics. Every 4 years, the world's greatest athletes converge in one city to chase the same dream, standing on that podium, hearing their national anthem, and taking home the medal that proves they're the best. But across more than a century of Summer Games, some nations have racked up an astonishing haul of golds. Today, we're counting down the 10 countries that have won the most Olympic gold medals of all time. From surprising contenders to absolute powerhouses, this list reveals which nations have mastered the Olympic stage. The number one entry might shock you. Let's begin. At number 10, we have Norway with 239 gold medals. This Nordic nation punches well above its weight in the Olympic rankings. According to Wikipedia, Norway leads every single nation in all-time Winter Olympics, gold medals, and much of that dominance comes from cross-country skiing, a sport where Norwegian athletes have been virtually unbeatable for generations. What's remarkable is how close Norway sits to the next entry, just 2 gold medals ahead, reflecting a shared Nordic sporting tradition that runs deep in both countries' cultures. Yet here's the kicker. Norway's population is only about 5.5 million people. That means Norway ranks among the most Olympic-decorated nations when you measure by per capita gold medals, a distinction that speaks to how completely winter sports dominate Norwegian life and identity. At number 9, we have Sweden with 241 gold medals. Sweden's claim to Olympic glory stretches back over a century. The Swedes hosted the 1912 Stockholm Olympics, which are still widely praised as one of the most exceptionally organized games ever held. Sweden's deep Olympic record is all the more remarkable when you consider the nation has only about 10 million people. Yet they've consistently produced world-class athletes across multiple disciplines. Swedish competitors have historically excelled in wrestling, equestrian sports, and shooting, disciplines that demand precision, strength, and the kind of technical mastery that Swedes have cultivated over generations. The combination of tradition, dedicated training systems, and a cultural love for athletic competition has kept Sweden near the top of the all-time medal standings. At number 8, we have Russia with 290 gold medals. Now, Russia's story is unique among nations on this list. Post-Soviet Russia first competed independently at the Summer Olympics in Atlanta in 1996, which means this nation managed to accumulate 290 gold medals in just 3 decades of independent competition. That's an astonishing rate of success. However, Russia's Olympic journey has been complicated in recent years. Russian athletes have faced doping sanctions and competed as neutral athletes at several recent games, a reflection of broader controversies that shadowed the nation's participation. Despite those challenges, Russia's gold medals cluster heavily in gymnastics, wrestling, and judo, disciplines that have many events and where Russian training systems have historically excelled at the highest levels. At number 7, we have Italy with 309 gold medals. Italy is an Olympic institution. This Mediterranean nation has competed in every single Summer Olympics since 1900, never missing a Games, a streak of continuous Olympic participation that speaks to Italy's deep commitment to the movement. Italian fences rank among the most decorated Olympians in that sport's entire history, with generations of Italian swordsmen and swordswomen bringing home medals in foil, épée, and sabre. Rome hosted the 1960 Summer Olympics, one of the era's most iconic games, cemented Italy's place as a nation where Olympic excellence is woven into the cultural fabric. From the Alps to the Mediterranean coast, Italy has produced consistent medal winners across swimming, cycling, weightlifting, and wrestling. At number 6, we have France with 320 gold medals. France is not just an Olympic competitor. France is the birthplace of the modern Olympic movement. According to the Olympic historical record, the modern Olympics were revived by Pierre de Coubertin, a French sports educator who envisioned international athletic competition as a path to peace and understanding. France has attended every single Summer Olympics since 1896, never missing a Games, and that consistency has allowed French athletes to build an extraordinary record. Paris itself has hosted the Summer Olympics 3 times, in 1900, 1924, and again in 2024. That means Paris has served as an Olympic host city across 3 different centuries, a distinction held by very few nations worldwide. At number 5, we have Great Britain with 328 gold medals. Great Britain's Olympic legacy is foundational. This nation has competed in every single Summer Olympics since the inaugural 1896 Athens Games, meaning British athletes have participated in every modern Olympic chapter ever written. British cyclists and rowers have emerged as consistent gold medal powerhouses throughout the modern Olympic era, with both sports benefiting from decades of institutional excellence and training infrastructure. London itself has hosted the Summer Olympics 3 times, in 1908, 1948, and 2012, making London one of the few cities to serve as an Olympic host across such an expansive timeline. That long history of hosting, competing, and excelling means Great Britain has accumulated a gold medal total, reflecting over 130 years of continuous Olympic participation. At number 4, we have China with 389 gold medals. China's Olympic story is the story of a nation's meteoric rise on the world athletic stage. Unlike the historical powerhouses on this list, China returned to Olympic competition only in 1984 at Los Angeles, and yet this nation has already risen near the all-time top with 389 gold medals, less than 4 decades to amass nearly 400 golds. China topped the gold medal tally at the 2008 Beijing Olympics it also hosted, demonstrating the ability to marshal resources and expertise on a scale few nations can match. Diving, table tennis, badminton, and gymnastics are China's most reliable gold medal sports, where systematic training programs and thousands of aspiring athletes create a deep talent pipeline. The speed of China's ascent makes this ranking one of the most remarkable shifts in Olympic history. At number 3, we have Germany with 392 gold medals. Now, Germany's total requires important context. Germany's 392 golds merge gold medals won by East Germany, West Germany, and unified Germany across the full span of Olympic history. East Germany, in particular, built a Cold War sports dominance that was later exposed as a state-run doping program. A sobering reminder that Olympic excellence doesn't always come from ethical places. Germany hosted the Summer Olympics twice, Berlin in 1936 and Munich in 1972, and both games left indelible marks on Olympic history. Today's unified Germany continues to produce elite performers in gymnastics, wrestling, and equestrian sports, maintaining the nation's position as an Olympic powerhouse on the world stage. At number 2, we have the Soviet Union with 473 gold medals. This is where the story shifts into rarefied air. The USSR competed in just 9 Summer Olympics, spanning from Helsinki in 1952 to Seoul in 1988, and in that limited window, the Soviets accumulated a staggering 473 gold medals. That means the Soviet Union won more golds in 9 appearances than many nations have won across more than a century. The Soviets boycotted the 1984 Los Angeles Games in retaliation for the United States' boycott of the 1980 Moscow Olympics, meaning the USSR's true Olympic count would be even higher if Cold War politics hadn't intervened. Soviet athletes excelled in gymnastics, wrestling, and weightlifting throughout the Cold War era, dominated by state-sponsored training programs that prioritized Olympic success as a matter of national pride and global prestige. At number 1, we have the United States with 1,000 gold medals. 1,000. Let that number sink in. The United States has accumulated 1,000 Olympic gold medals across its history, and no other nation on Earth has come anywhere close. The U.S. has competed in every Summer Olympics except the 1980 Moscow boycott, meaning American athletes have had more chances to compete and win than virtually any other nation. American athletes dominate swimming and track and field, the two richest gold medal sports at the Olympics. Sports with dozens of events where American excellence is simply unmatched. American swimming and running have been virtually unbeatable for generations. No other nation's all-time total even approaches half the U.S. gold medal count, a gap so wide it underscores American athletic dominance across the Olympic movement's entire history. This countdown reveals something fundamental about the modern world. Olympic success reflects not just athletic talent, but infrastructure, resources, systematic training, and cultural value placed on sport. The nations at the top, particularly the United States, didn't stumble into 1,000 gold medals. They built systems designed to find, train, and deploy elite athletes. The rise of China, the dominance of historical powers, and the rapid accumulation by Cold War superpowers all tell a story about how nations harness human potential and compete on the global stage. Olympic gold isn't just about personal achievement. It's about which nations have invested in their people and their sporting dreams, turning medals into proof of national excellence. And that's the top 10 countries by all-time Olympic gold medals. If you enjoyed this countdown, subscribe to RankLens for more.